I'm pretty nervous. I'm not good at all in such situations. Thank you, Ravi, and thanks to Shruti for passing my name on to be for Pecha Kucha. This is what I believe for women. Strongest action for a woman is to love and be herself and stand up against anything that puts her down. That's a very old picture. And that cake was baked by my mom. And that's how, of course, I couldn't remember, that was when I was 1. But the fondest memories are those when I baked and learned with my mom, and my siblings would lick off the bowls and we would fight who's going to lick the most of the batter. That's me at the Leela Mumbai, the start of my career. I was in the chocolate room, and it was the most craziest time when I joined. It was December 98, and I was so lucky to start my career with Chef Biedlofel. He was a Swiss chef, and that's a lovely cocoa painting of the Taj Mahal that chef had done. And I was pretty much under awe with all the work. And but sadly to say, it wasn't such a great ratio. Like we can see, even, I mean, this is as close as 2016, where hotel management students, girls signing up to being chefs is still, what, 5 out of 25? Okay? And even though we can see the negative and positive views, but women in general are still pushed for front office, sales, and such, because it's still a male bastion in this industry. The long working hours and the tremendous pressure is crazy. So like you can see, it's like what, almost 85% male, and female is still very, very less. It's very sad. But it is changing. I think in the past few years, this ratio is slowly changing. Acceptance is, coming up. This picture depicts a lot of sexual harassment in the hotel industry, where, everyone wants to just assumes that you're an easy person to be around with, even though you're really serious about getting work and learning work. And again, this picture, like we know, I'm sure you just know maybe Chef Ramsay in this picture, and Chef Bobby. The women again are just glamorized, which is again the way I think women want to be portrayed as. It's not like the hard work getting done. This is my favorite picture of my boys. This is a very old one, and my good friend Spike there. And this is like what, I think 7-8 years ago. And this is how I juggle with work and my 2 boys. And this was the time when I was faculty at IIHM for 5 years as bakery and pastry chef for year 1, year 2, and year 3. And this was also a very enriching experience, teaching students, encouraging them to push their limits. And this picture, of course, Rishaka's right here. And this was done during Women's Day 2 years ago. And this was when I'd already started my entrepreneurship journey, which had its own fair share of challenges. But this as an entrepreneur, well, that word, sometimes actually it sounds very fancy, but it's not as fancy as it sounds. So again, funding, again, people generally, I felt, don't take women businesses so seriously. So funding or exploitation by middlemen, or thinking that what a woman knows about business, I mean, stop it, So this was my experience. I've had a lot, I mean, it was bootstrapping in the end. That's what happened. And, but I've learned. I was quite a fool. Many a time I was cheated, but it's happened, and my brand is good now. I'm solid now. Here are a few chefs who are rocking it in India. Chef Garima Tiwari is already in MasterChef, and of course Chef Anahita. Many are just really trying to break the stereotype and follow their passion. This picture is generally for a woman who would want it all, and with motherhood, balancing kids, balancing your home, your work, and everything. So you have to slot your time. How do you do it? How do you remain sane? It's all a big challenge, but I think we just find a way. This again was another picture for Women's Day. All these are recent entrepreneurs in India, all being true, and even post-COVID, many have started their own food businesses. These are few pictures of my products. So my brand Wildflower, we do all desserts, breads, European breads, gluten-free, vegan, and cookies, desserts, chocolates, festive bakes as well. Right now we supply to supermarkets and cafes and also restaurants. And I love the buzz. I miss the industry actually. I miss the industry in many ways because of the buzz and the pressure. I work great under pressure. So that's what I miss. But yes, this journey has been very good. I've got a great support. And this picture, okay, now this particularly is because many kids nowadays like just do YouTube, but it's not like that. So I wish it was. So you follow a recipe and it comes out something totally different. Okay, so that's a very short short story about me, and it's been enriching, learning. I learn every day, and I think rural women in villages, the hardships they face, I think is nothing compared. I mean, we are all lucky here. We are all privileged here to speak about what we've gone through. But there are millions who have different ranges of abuse, poverty, and so on and so forth. And I wish that every woman stands up, speaks for themselves, have the opportunity for a life that they deserve. Thank you so much.